bless you.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Jillian and I'm here with my friend Corey. We're camping out in a private campground. Actually, it's a hip camp in Fort McCoy, Florida. Goose is here. And we got in a bit of a rainstorm yesterday. We've been here for about 2 days, had to break everything down. Now we're drying everything out and getting ready to cook some breakfast. So we're cleaning tarps, drying stuff out. We got the tent over here, airing out, drying out, because we got a beautiful sunny day today. So right now I'm charging up the battery banks to power the fridge and whatever other things everybody needs to use camping. We were at a dry campsite with no power, so we had to bring in all of our water and power.
I'm gonna just help you.
Goose is enjoying the reflective heat off the solar panels currently. So the reason I was charging the batteries with solar panels is I have the fridge running in the truck, and I do have a dual battery system with a 100-watt solar panel on my hood, but it's not enough to keep the fridge running. I'm gonna have to do some rewiring in a little bit to make sure that I have a direct connection between the fridge and the battery, because right now there's a huge loss of power between the plugs that I have in the back of the auxiliary panel that I built. So this is the auxiliary panel that I built on the back that I'm running the fridge off of currently, because the solar panel is in direct sun, so I can run it off the DC plug, and the Dometic's running right there in the back seat. The solar panel on the hood right now is running that and keeping the auxiliary battery charged. And I had to do a bit of Tetris in Dometic this weekend because I was hosting 4 people. So got some frozen soup, some stuff for tacos and snacks and veggies. Right now Corey's cooking some, what are you cooking?
I got some steak and then I'm gonna cook up some eggs alongside it.
So we're gonna have a tasty breakfast. Goose is over here having himself a little sunbathing session after he ran probably about, I don't know, what would you say, 5 miles this morning?
Yeah.
We have about 180 acres out here that he gets to explore. There's strawberries, there's chocolate chips, mini marshmallows, chocolate syrup, and I think chocolate sprinkles.
Oh jeez.
We got all the things.
All the things.
Yo. Yes, good man. Wait.
So this is my little 4-man that I got. Just a quick pop-up, real easy. Got it because I have twin boys and a daughter, so we can just do this up right nice.
And where'd you get it from?
Walmart.
Ozark Trail. Good
Yep.
old reliable.
Yep. And you got the windows that'll be able to see out and air it out. Really, I would say comfortably you're gonna fit 3.
And then how did it fare in the rain?
It did well, a little bit of condensation, but it dried out real easily in the sun. I slept comfortably and warm.
It was about what, 50 degrees last night? 48?
I would
by
say,
the time we
yeah.
went to bed.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Almost hot, really.
So she's setting up in her new spot. We're about to stake down the rain fly
Grab my steaks.
and then finish setting up or resetting up camp for the second time. We got Goose over here digging holes like he always does. Look at that sandy nose. Sir. Oh goodness.
Okay.
All right. So I think we're gonna pull out some soup now for lunch, let it thaw a little bit and heat it up. and yeah, enjoy some chicken soup.
Oops.
Got veggies, chicken, and pasta. The sun's changed, so we moved the solar panels to make sure we're getting the maximum amount of sun possible. And the owner of this property dropped by a little bit ago and told us that there's 180 acres here for us to explore, and that there's a little creek and a bridge to find if you hike through. So we're taking Goose out there to go see if we can find it, and then we'll come back and probably relax for a little bit longer before we start to make tacos for dinner. But this property is beautiful. They have 4 campgrounds currently that you can rent, and John T was saying that he's planning on upgrading the campground eventually, and he's working towards all of these items that he wants to add. So I don't know, it's been beautiful. The only thing you hear is a little bit of road noise, but there's really not much to complain about that. There's no facilities, so it's a good mix between primitive camping and, you know, you're still getting your old Florida, so kind of like you're out in the woods, but you're close enough to where you still have service. So for people who are maybe a little bit inexperienced or want to just try primitive camping out, I'd say this is a really good place to do that. We found the bridge. John was saying that they used to drive. Be careful. He was saying they used to drive over this, and since it's been a little bit since he's been able to get out and rebuild, it's a little wonky. Not for driving over anymore, but he said we can walk over it. Nice little creek. Beautiful clearings. It's like these little trails open up into these beautiful wide open fields. And it's just so nice everywhere you walk. Goose is definitely enjoying himself. He said that him and his father started this in 1990, was it? 1990. And it was an abandoned subdivision that they took over that they were trying to improve. So they moved and cleared all the land and have been maintaining it since. But I mean, it's just acres and acres of clear, beautiful land. So we're checking out the other campsites. This is Wild Bill. Pretty wide open. Some tree canopy so you can be in the shade, but then you also have open blue sky so you can see the stars. I'm trying to find, I believe there's 4 campsites, so we're trying to find the other fire pit. This is where you arrive, and John made these nice little signs for you to be able to find your campgrounds. So we're gonna go to Calamity Jane right now. I'm thinking this is the campground over here. So there's nice little relics all over the site. But there's your fire pit. Seems to be the smaller of the sites. I don't see the sign like he has at all the other campgrounds. I'm not actually sure where Calamity Jane begins. But this is right at the entrance. That is Wild Bill there, and we're on the other side of that. We were at Wyatt Earp tonight, and I believe this is one of their favorite campsites, they said, because you can see the stars so well. But this is Wyatt Earp. Nice little sign there. Thanks, Goose, for pointing that out. And then there's one more through the brush that way called Jeremiah Johnson. So this is Jeremiah Johnson. I'm not seeing the sign like the other one, so I guess Wild Bill and Wyatt Earp are the only 2 with signs, maybe? But it's a pretty big site. Some nice coverage from the oak trees. You have a pretty view of the plains out there. Don't mind goose. But there's also some really neat little relics. Like I said, most of these sites have some cool relics. Some old tractor parts. Calamity Jane is over that way. I think that's pretty decent distance from another campsite. And then there's the road to get to Jeremiah Johnson. It's about 5 o'clock now, and we have an hour and 39 more minutes of sunlight, but sun is starting to go behind the trees. Solar panels are starting to get somewhat shaded. We've moved them, I think, 5 times at this point, but with this 400 watt solar panel, the all powers is charged to about 81% from, I would say, a little less than 30% in the time it was charging today. I think we had it set up between like 9:30 and 5 today. As you can see here, it's not getting any more sun, so I'm probably just going to disconnect it for the rest of the evening. So now we just keep feeding it. Cheese, lettuce, sour cream, salsa, guac. Goose has the morning zoomies. It was 46 degrees when we woke up.
Nice. Oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. Still good. Mm-hmm.
I accidentally just put olive oil in my coffee, and that was the last bit of my chameleon cold brew, so now I have to use this little pod, Starbucks cold brew. I don't love it, but it's not horrible either. They look kind of similar. This is my salted caramel syrup.
It's sure you have the right one this time.
That's it.
Can confirm. Goose, come here.
So John was talking about a forerunner he had on the property that had taken him places that he couldn't even explain, which I can relate to because I love my forerunner, and it seems that we've finally found it this morning. I would love to have that. Hopefully he doesn't mind me showing you, but I think they're cool. Got a Ford Ranger. Old camper, another Ford, nice tractor under that carport, old whaler, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Here's another little area with some equipment.
What's that, Jimmy?
You're good. You're all good. Yeah, weirdo. Get out of the ash. What's wrong with you?
Brayden.
Come on, Goose. Sit. Sit. You want one of these?
This will be enough.
Good boy. Orbit. Yoo-hoo! Good boy. Good job. Free.
Let me move my car back.
How are you gonna hit those? Thanks for watching, everybody. I know I'm not Kevin, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, go easy on me. We're gonna take one last walk before we head out for the day, so Goose can burn off the rest of his energy and relax the rest of the Sunday afternoon.